The fact is, we live in an energetic world. And in order for us to meet that energy, we need awareness. And that awareness must come from our understanding, acknowledgement, and recognition that all energy is not created equal. My name is Stacy Patrice. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. Today, I want to discuss a concept that we have in yogic philosophy called the Gunas. And the Gunas are three energetic forces of nature, three different qualities of how energy works around us, within us, and in its natural state in the world as an ordered place. These energies are important to understand because when we talk about energy, a lot of times we talk about it in a very spiritual manner, like, oh, I understood this because this felt outside of my nature, or this felt like something that it changed me, it shifted me, it transformed me. It was something that did something to me. But sometimes the energy we carry is also that. It's something that did something to you. And it's not necessarily acknowledged or understood that that energy must still be transformed, that it's still not the energy that belongs with you. And also, the same can be true for others that you meet, and also things and places and other people in an environment. So, today, this is what we're discussing. I want to start by just saying every time I say energy, I want you to think of something that's moving that may not be tangible, but it can be experienced through your senses. You might understand something to be beautiful or exceptional or high quality or low vibration or, stuck or rapid moving or sharp or, any of these words that we like to use, and they may represent a certain kind of energy. So the first one that's actually at the bottom is Thomas. And Thomas, or having a tamasic energy, kind of means like low and dull. It means something that is perhaps stagnant, it is not pure, it is toxic, can also mean something that feels lazy or lethargic, or a lazy or lethargic way of being. And it can also have qualities that feel like something that needs a lot of development or motion to get going, that it is not easily inspired. It is not connected to anything of moving quality. So if you think about the stagnant nature of a pond, it's just not a lot of action, or a person who's constantly just sitting on the couch watching shows, binge watching shows, and they do this every single day without any thought to what they're taking in, just simply being a receptacle for all that life has to offer. And this tamasic energy is noted in the body, in the mind, in the emotions, when things just stay around too long and turn toxic. If you think about food that stays around too long or is not in the right temperature or not the right environment, that food is going to turn toxic. That food is not going to be the kind of food that you want to partake in. And the same is true of people, and the same is true of environments. Things have to be refreshed and renewed. And so, even though this is a necessary force of nature because it helps to inspire correction, it helps to inspire, other energies to come in and change the state, it is a form of nature and it needs to be recognized. So if you're a person that watches things, that put images and visuals and things in your mind and in your spirit that are not beneficial to you, then we're talking about this tamasic state. When we move up from Tamas, we move into Rajas. And Rajas is the Rajasic state. And Rajas is, kind of like the action. It's like the everyday, like inundation of things. It's constant movement. Things are constantly changing, constantly moving. It doesn't mean that the things that are happening are still great, but it means that they are moving. It might be a change of information, a change of system, high turnover rates, a lot of conversation, a lot of words, a lot of activity, a lot of preparing, putting up 3 to 5 videos a day on social media, listening to 35 lectures in a week. This is Rajasic. If you are doing this to change the state so that you can be more disciplined, more intellectual, more connected, then this is a necessary stage for that. but it might not be necessary again to stay there. You don't want to stay in a very rajasic state. You don't want to always be booked and busy, nor do you always want to say, I never get a chance to sleep or rest. I'm always moving, always on the go. That is like the apex of rajasic states, but it is also very like, spicy. Like the energy is it's spicy. That's the best way I could say it. It's spicy and it moves and it might be quick and sharp and make you feel things. It might be passionate and all of that. So rajasic. And then the third state, the third guna is sattvic. And sattvic or sattva is considered to be the purity of a thing. It is considered to be the highest state or of the highest states of a thing or of a person or of an energy. Those things that we aspire to, the things that we want to have included in our lives, whether that's peace, whether that's beauty, whether that's balance and harmony, all of the most organic, plant-based, um, peaceful qualities. Those things that inspire peace are also considered sattvic. The things that are connected to the divine, of course, are considered sattvic. So the more that we allow ourselves to move into past being busy into the state of, some people would say dissolving into the divine or transcending, above what it is that we are offered, we are given, we are told, and finding out for ourselves what we're made of, and then polishing that to the degree that it feels just as it was supposed to be, purifying that to the degree where it feels in its original state. So those are the three gunas. You can see them again in people, in places, in things, in properties. You can see these qualities. And I want you to look at your life and think about the different things that you've been through, the things you've attracted, as well as the things that you have discarded, and also the things that you have welcomed into your life. And think about those three states as it relates to those different energies. And you might see that you can easily identify the parts of your life that are tamasic. And of course, we probably all know Rajasic modes very well because I feel like our world is very Rajasic. But see if you can look a little closer at when you are experiencing Sattva, when you're experiencing the highest order of Sattva, and how those states make you feel and how you identify those states. And then when you're done looking at all three of those, I want you to let it all go. Let it all go. None of the three of those are things to continue holding on to. They're things to let go of because you don't want to grasp to any one state. All three are necessary, and yet all three together are the composition of the universe. And then your job is to just allow whatever the state is you are in to be that state for this time without trying to attach to that state or say, I'm going to stay here or I'm going to stay there. Let it all go. Let it all go. But the important thing is to acknowledge and to notice the energy as it's active and give yourself an opportunity to review or preview what it is that may occur in your life based on the energies you are feeling. Like, what's your energy like now? Where would you place it? And just place that in the comments. I look forward to speaking with you soon. Peace.